all of this comp for Bro is don't fall behind early, team fight at every opportunity, and always hold control of the dragons and try to take fights using the dragon to pull DRX in.
One of these grubs won't have that available for the next one, though, as Croco will be able to secure that and then just runs away. So Sponge coming back in, should be able to lock in the last one.
There's an error, like in my mind, like I'm getting this vibe, like that there are no tempo vibes actually. Like there's actually zero.
It's a stalemate.
You know what I mean? Like it's like actually there are exactly zero tempo vibes in this game, and I think the players know it. Like
sync, you know, they're like exactly the same rhythm. You can't. Oh well, there's a flash in from Morgan, looking for the solo bolo, and there it is. There's your tempo vibes.
All right, Morgan got it done. First blood.
And yeah, who's going to deny 50 gold this time around? The Bros going to take a late dragon here.
Yeah,
been up for 5 minutes time.
It's in part due to the fact that they were able to get that kill bottom side and then get control of that lane. Here now, he has no TP. This is such a long con play from Croco, but this is going to work out.
He is being very patient as they just wait for him to put down the circle. More needlework is in there, and there is the Grand Starfall as well. Cataclysm comes down, and Morgan just dies. Croco going to have to drag the flag out of there. Back there for Morgan, does give him information.
Now they get the next wave.
There is a Sponge in the area. Yeah. This one's moving forward. There's the public execution. Let's see whether Morgan can survive. He flashes, but he gets stunned up, and the quickness comes in, and Morgan will survive. The shockwave is there, and the Bros answer back. These are two very brawly compositions as well. I feel like fights will go for a while.
That's true.
Although I guess shockwave does mean that, like, if you do land a big one, then likely they're, you know, people are going to die very, very quickly still.
For DRX, you're hoping
that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, then they could be fighting just for a really long time. Rift Herald is just going to be taken here by a DRX.
Is that Ocean Drake and not something like a Hextech or an Infernal or even Mountain? And they're going to get that charge here in the mid lane and look for the turret take, and they will get it. So I think DRX in a pretty nice position right now. Sure, the gold is basically still dead even, and the game is very close, but DRX feeling comfortable right now as Yeho for the flash.
Yep, flash bear is going to come on in. There is the stun as in goes Polu yet again and finds the quickness to save his mid laner. This guy is actually just an ambulance, man.
Yeah, has his Mikhails at the ready, and he is fixing problems everywhere right now.
Yep. This is like a hyper-speed paramedic. It's just getting around. Nice double knock-up here as make it a triple. I guess a quadra. As now Hype making his way forward. Finds a lot of damage onto Yahoo. Yeah, there's no saving him this time around. Another knock-up comes through as Croco continuing the aggression. Hype, what was that flash? That was absolute insanity. But it might actually work out here as the culling is not going to land. The flag drops. And so does the Braum. Going to be feats of warfare over to the Bros. Next objective gets feats of strength.
Absolutely. Bit of a trade there. Rich is going to be able to get this turret because Morgan TP'd down. Third dragon is going to spawn. They're going to go ahead and take this turret out. Rich getting a lot of money. Got that top turret, gets this one as well. So he's still behind in the direct matchup, but this Gwen is hitting turrets, which is where you want to be. And DRX, again, full control over this objective. Flanks could be a problem.
Yeah, Croco on a great angle here. Andil puts up the door. They can wait for that one to wear off, though, as he puts them in the Cataclysm and leaves them there. Let's see whether this is actually going to work out, though, as Hype is free hitting, and there's a public execution. The Shockwave, the Ambessa Oriana combo. That is so sick from the Bros, as Yahoo's going to go down. That's a triple for the Corki. And that's what he was doing when he was flashing into melee range. He was sending a message that he's going to pop off this game. 5-0-2 on the Corki.
Yeah, we've all seen the Otacon take. We've seen the Otacon with Drake. Paulu's trying to...
Yeah, what about the Otakagen?
Yeah, the double.
The good old Otakagen. This is something from ancient times.
I mean, this is going to be the feats of strength that you talked about for the objective.
We've seen Pantheon do just some ridiculous things here in the LCK. But Sponge isn't quite having that day just yet. He's not too far behind or anything like that. In fact, no one really is. It's only a 2.5k gold lead here at 24 minutes. Not the end of the world.
Yeah, this ain't Legend Group. This game could get crazy real quick.
But we do know The Bro have the tempo vibes. That is absolutely true. Polu going to get stunned up here as the culling going to come on through. The battle dance gets Polu well and truly out of there though. As teleport comes in, and I'm not sure whether that's where Yahoo wants to be. He brought his bear, but his bear is just going to die in hype. Stands his ground, still 1,000 gold. Goes over to the Pantheon, but Teddy is too far up, and so is Rich. And Morgan just puts him in the ground.
Just a really uncoordinated fight here from DRX, and you know, we said the gold lead was relatively small. It was only 2,000, but a near clean ace there.
Point available for them as well.
I think the shutdown gold went over to Sponge as well.
It did.
So that's like...
So I was talking about the Pantheon not really finding advantages. He's now the only one with an advantage.
That's really not...
That's a cast of something that just happened there. There's a beautiful knockup from Polu. Puts him in the Cataclysm yet again as Croco as Sponge is just dead. And now Flag and Drag gets Croco towards Yahoo. Will get knocked up by that grand entrance from Polu, and now he's slowed down and has nowhere to go. High Valkyrie's in, takes down the Annie. And man, this is just business as usual for the Bros as they are dominating in this game.
I guess the fear was they were just going to do Baron on spawn because they have a ton of damage. 3-item Corki here. So Oriana's, you know, going to do a decent amount of damage just sitting on a Baron.
2-0-10 for closer. 1-0-13 for this Jarvan.
Teddy only needs one more kill to hit his milestone. He might not hit it in game one.
What is it with the Jarvan performances today? It's absolutely ridiculous. Junglers with names starting with C, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty good at Jarvan. Which I don't think that it correlates very much. But the flag comes in, spots out Sponge. This is for Ocean Soul. As Rich, the first one to dive in. The Grand Starfall comes down, but Croco says, that's my dragon. Polu is just going to quickness them all up, and Croco going to be able to put Rich into the Cataclysm, finds the flag and dragon. Morgan gets the follow-up. They take down the Braum. Teddy is still standing, but he's in melee range with an Ambessa, who just dashes forward, takes him down, and it is destruction here. A clean ace and the Ocean Soul here for the Bros.
If it's a fairly even game state, or your Annie is giga-fed, I suppose you can look for a flank like that, but this is just not that type of game. You've got to just front to back. You've got to just play for stun whoever you can get and hope Teddy can do the damage. He's 3,200 gold behind now in this game, and it is just watching the Nexus explode is all that DRX can do now.
Yeah, the Bros really making short work of them. Things were close until they absolutely were not. As there's the last-ditch effort here for DRX, but it is not going to be enough. The Nexus turrets, the first to fall as Sponge's health bar just evaporates. He has to limp his way out of there. Rich, not going to be so lucky as Teddy gets hit by one attack dissonance and just dies pretty much. The Nexus is going to follow suit, worth the same as a Tibbers, as we know. And the Bros get themselves up 1-0 in this series.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.